that authors need to be professional. Can you share what that means? What does it mean for an author to be professional?
So it means so much. I mean, I could talk for months at a time about this, but as an author and as a former publisher, I can speak firsthand to how emotional it is to write and publish a book. It's a deeply emotional experience. Your book is your child, it's your baby. Nobody at that moment in time, nobody can tell you that something is more important than your book, right? So you have blinders on to everything else, which can be a very good thing. But also what I've seen in book publishing is that sometimes those emotions a little carried away. It happens with as many men, if not more men than with women. So it's not a gender specific thing at all. All authors have that emotional side. And when they want something, they need something doesn't look right, what's the first thing they do? They call the agent and scream at the agent, or bug the agent with email, or bug the crap out of the editor and want it fixed that day, that minute. A comma is missing in the book description feed. A comma is missing from some of the text. I want it fixed today. It's got to be done today. It's like I look bad and this and that. What authors have to realize is that book publishing companies employ a lot of people, not just acquisitions editors, but also editors who edit, and production editors, and freelance copy editors, proofreaders. There are marketing people, sales people. You've got, the executive level people. You have people in the warehouse. Publishing company does care about you and your book. They also have hundreds, if not thousands, of other authors who are also equally as protective of their own books and demanding about things happening for their books and wanting time and attention. So it's just realizing that professional means understanding that editors and agents are very busy people, and they don't have time to get back to you like right away and respond to emails like just like that, or respond to phone calls right away. It's just the nature of the business, so that's the first thing. When you approach an agent or approach a publisher or an editor, it's first of all just acknowledging that the person is a professional and the time is valuable. And it's like just asking, is this a good time to talk about blank, instead of just dropping something on an editor or publisher or an agent? Because in the large scheme of things, is it important to the author? Yes. Is it important to the publisher with the millions of other things they're dealing with? Maybe not as much on the priority level. So what you have to do is just kind of show that you respect the people that you're working with, you respect their time. And your book is important. I'm not saying it's not, but it's knowing that there are other authors who also you have to live with and cohabitate with, in a sense. The other professional thing is, especially in the self-publishing world, when your professionalism really means being able to show up every day in a way that lives up to a high standard and high quality of work. So that means getting, ensuring you have the best cover, the best interior design, the best layout. You're proofreading, you're editing the book well, you're copy editing the book well. All of the ties and tails work together to create a professional book. The feed copy that represents you, that also has to be professional and good. And you want to work with professionals who can help massage that. Your author bio reflects who you are. So, quirky things that you put into your bio may be interesting and fun, but saying that you can juggle 3 cats at once isn't going to sell your book and not going to really impress anyone. So you just really, being professional is just realizing what the consumer of your book would expect of you as a professional author. Everything that you put out reflects who you are. Emails, so you don't want to, write to your editor or to anyone, with in all capital letters. You don't want to have typos. You don't want to accuse the publishing company of not doing A, B, C, or D, because if you hammer a stick at someone, they're not going to respond well. But if you say, hey, here's the situation, logically, here's the dilemma, here's my suggestion, what do you think? Just ask for their professional feedback. So every step of the way, it's thinking, well, what does a professional mean as an author, right? Because, you think about a professional dentist. A professional dentist isn't going to show up with an apron that's covered with butcher blood all over it, right? So what is professional for an author? It's showing that, you write quality and you live quality, you're passionate about your book, and you also understand your place in the publishing world. So those are just a few things. I mean, I could go on for months and months about it, but again, having been on all sides of the equation as, publisher, as editor, as author, as book producer, as agent, like I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly of author behavior, and it's not pretty. I'm sure that Rick has a lot of stories also. So, just be respectful. Do you have anything to add to that, Rick? Like
talking to this Rick?
That Rick, you're the Rick with the cool hat.
Yeah, I would sure. I would say, and I say this to authors when we're thinking of signing them, think of yourself as the publishing person acquiring your book, and be the editor, be the author you'd want to sign if you were the publisher. It's sort of like, don't be, and I mean this again, like you said, male or female, don't be a diva. It's like, be cooperative. It's like you can get more done working with people than working at people.
Awesome. Keep that in mind as you work with publishing professionals. Everybody's working hard to make your book as great as it can possibly be.